morning. It's Sunday the 1st of May. It's very, very early, and I know you can't really see anything, but today is the first RSPB Dawn Chorus Festival. So the idea of this is to wake up very, very early and listen to the wildlife and birds around you. They were holding events within RSPB sites. You could go out into your local area, obviously be safe because it's very early and it's on a Sunday morning, or you could just be in your garden. I originally had an elaborate plan to, sit in the garden with a hoodie and boots and a flask, but, plans change, plans can be, scrapped and amended. So, literally at my bedroom window, because I'm fortunate enough to have woodland right outside. And I've put, the window open. They said the best time to do this was between 5 a.m. and 5:30, so I'm just going to sit here for just a little while and give this a listen, and thought I'd bring you along. So I know it's not very interesting viewing in terms of aesthetic, but I hope you enjoy. I think because the world is so quiet, it gives you a chance to truly identify that there are different bird songs out there. I'm hearing so many different types that I've never really stopped to listen to before. I think that's the beauty of this festival. It gives you the chance to truly listen to the wider natural world. It's lovely. And it's not even that cold. I'm going to have some fun trying to identify some of these later. About the wiggling, slight realisation there. I should probably have put the external mic on first, but hopefully I can forgive myself because it is pretty early. Try and adjust this at least. It's a bit more focused. Let's try. Obviously the lighting is so difficult this time of the morning. Too bad. Strange because there's so much noise out there, but not much movement or activity, such I can't see any shadows of birds moving about, so they're obviously still possibly within their nesting areas, because there's not much movement whatsoever. I'll pop that up to the sky a little bit, look.
I've just recently started to read a brand new book by Stephen Lovett called Birdsong in a Time of Silence, and it's in relation to our changing relationship with wildlife, particularly birds and birdsong, in response to the COVID pandemic when there was a lot of lockdowns globally. And so far, a couple of quotes have kind of stuck out with me. It also seemed possible, even in the grimmest days, that this spring might be remembered differently, as the time when we first heard the birds and, hearing them, began to recover an appreciation of something universally necessary, but which we had somehow mislaid in our heedlessness and haste. Each bird call not only has some functional significance for the bird itself and for the other birds that understand it, but also creates an emotional atmosphere that can be felt by people. All this is to say that, without any greater exertion than sitting down and listening to birds, you may discover climates of the soul that you had forgotten existed, or that had been drowned out in the rush and clamour of everyday life. It's plainly mystical and profoundly ordinary. Many of these people discovered, as they listened to these most ancient songs, perhaps unchanged from the Stone Age, that our minds too are porous to emotion and influence, to delight and déjà vu, to memories of our childhood, perhaps the childhood of our species itself. And even beyond the pleasure to be had in some of the singing, there was and remains a strange comfort in that. What the birds are saying, science can conjecture, but what the bird song means to us, what we feel in our blood, is that we are not alone, that it's okay to be shunted onto one of time's branch lines for a little while, and it's okay not to talk. It's fine to just stop and listen. Birds Busking by Frank Hudson. The morning peals open to birdsong as the juice of the overnight rain drips over the doorsill. There is news outside between the birds and the world. The sun opens like a sliding eyelid, slowly. The sleepers left inside, wrapped in cotton clouds in their pillows, hearts in still and paralysed dreams. To portray and fix with pretty words, singing, lilting, divining, dawning, one each an everlasting morning. This would not bind me to them or you to us. The trough of song is the dawn tenacious. According to Frank Hudson, Birds Busking is about music offered every morning by those exiled dinosaurs. They have hopes too, if not actual open musical instrument cases with a few bills salted inside. Maybe some territorial claim, mating opportunities, or commiserating calls to like birds of a feather. But one can think, as poets do as they continue, that they might sing anyway. Birdsong by Brian Bilston. There is a bird who sings to me each morning from the old lime tree. I wonder what he's trying to say. Stop effing up. It's not too late. It's such a happy, joyous sound, little bird who chirps so loud and brightens up my day with song. Stop standing there. You've not got long. I wish I could translate your words, my faithful a cappella bird who sits upon the lime tree bough. And still you wait. You must act now. All's quiet in the tree today. I think perhaps he's moved away. There's silence these days everywhere, the ghost of birdsong in the air. finish, I thought I'd close with a piece of poetry I actually composed myself back in the very early stages of the COVID pandemic in 2020. So this is called Return of the Native. There are some weeds in my garden, resolute and unassuming. Normally I'd topple them whilst in my car, a casualty of a commute and the thoughtless, tenacious movements of a liberated lifestyle. An outburst of buttercup and sienna reaching skyward, I wonder, who is the disturbed? There are some weeds in the parkland, absolute and charming, snow and sunshine which blanket the ground, untroubled and untamed. Dandelions with unspent wishes, daisies without a chain, 1,000 love me nots unanswered. I wonder, who is the disturbed? There is birdsong in my garden, melodic and unbroken, a spirited chorus of sweet music oft forgotten and ignored, now revealed in absence of wing and of wheel, the tyranny of traffic suppressed in our current endeavour. I wonder, who is the disturbed? There is blossom cascading from the trees, determined and unwavering. In pursuit of summer, spring bestows its charge where the poppies will grow. Mother Nature perseveres, the kingdom of the animal superior. Is this divine intervention, attribution and retribution for the damage we were blinded to?
I'm so fortunate that even though I live in an urban area, I have such close access to wildlife.
See you in the next video.